So, here we are. Hey, Diana made it. Yay. So happy. I was so sad when I got off the line the other day and I had just it actually had just finished uploading, and I went back to Facebook and you were commenting and I was like, oh, horse. Oh, thank you. I got this at the thrift store and I got shorts on for once. This is a shirt and shorts, not a dress. I always wear dresses. People around here are like, I didn't recognize you because you didn't have a dress on. I was like, yep, it's me. Plus I had my hair down. They didn't recognize me with shorts and my hair down. Hilarious. I felt so bad that you didn't, I could have stayed on like for 5 more minutes or maybe 7 and you would have made it in time. Yum. Oh, water. Oh my gosh. I had to end that live event early the other day because I inhaled a gnat. Like I don't even know how this happened. I was reading from the book. I saw this sucker coming. I saw it out of the corner of my eye peripherally, and I saw it go right in my mouth, and it hit me right in the back of the throat, and I almost threw up. But I hacked it up. It came out into my paper towel, and then I squished it because it was still moving. Like, what are the odds? What are the odds? No, it was a little, not a fly. It was a gnat. It was a gnat. A little black gnat. I just... It was so awful. Oh, thank you. It was so funny too, because I mean, it was just a split second that I realized I saw it, you know, coming, and then next thing I know, it's literally hitting me in the back of the throat, and I was like, what in the world? I've never had anything like that happen in my life. Of course, I've never had them come right to my eyeball like they have been since I've been doing these readings either. They come right to my eyeball, like straight to, like try to get in my eye, and it's like, what in the world is going on? I just send it back to whoever sent it. It's some kind of hairy eyeball, negative intention, horse feathers. Like, I told Sabir, like, I don't need the notifications to hit me right in the back of the throat. Like, it's one thing to let me know something is happening with these little things in nature, but it's another thing when it absolutely almost makes me throw up, for crying out loud. It was so freaking just, how does that even happen? How does that even happen? Oh boy. So I had an MRI yesterday morning. Yeah, it makes me mad that there's literally people out there willing to sit there and send negativity at me, because I know how I live my life, and I know I have not caused you harm. So you need to stop. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. Like, why would you want to manifest negativity against someone who has never done you wrong? Like, yeah, I get aggravated with it, because here's the thing. They aren't brave or bold enough to say something to my face or come at me in real life with an actual complaint of something I've done, or, you know, whatever. They're going to sit there behind Facebook live video and hide, because they're cowards, and they know they have no right to try to infringe on my energy. They know that. So when their karma comes back multiplied the same day, they're not going to be surprised, I'm sure. I mean, I've seen it, you guys. Oh, some people just don't learn. They just don't learn. Their heads are full of rocks or something. So my MRI, I don't know what to believe at this point. I really need to get the copy of my MRI from Ohio from November or October, November, something like that, of 2019. Because this one, they said, showed no sign of Chiari malformation. The cerebellar tonsils are not distended anymore. And so I don't know whether their MRI machine is messed up, or if I actually, because what I have been doing ever since I was diagnosed is trying to picture it expanding in that area of my skull, like making room for the flow to be normal. And I don't know what to think right now. But also, they said I have bilateral mastoiditis, which is an infection in the honeycomb bones behind the ears, both sides. I looked it up on the internet. Sounds like antibiotics are in order. My doctor said, wait till next week when you talk to the neurologist and see what they say. And so I did screenshots of the MRI results from Ohio. I did screenshots of the blood test results from Ohio. I did screenshots of the sleep study from Ohio. And I sent them to her because apparently they've been unable to get any of my records from Ohio. Last January, it's been a year ago now, I woke up sick. Like, I couldn't tilt my head back to take a drink of water. My whole neck, every gland, every little lymph node was inflamed and swollen. My whole neck hurt, my head hurt, everything hurt. And I was like, something is very wrong. And the last time that happened to me, it was because I had been exposed to mold over a period of time and was unaware of it. So that morning when I woke up that sick, I went ahead and ripped my truck apart, and I found actual mold in my bed cushions. I was sleeping on a pile of mold for probably a month or better. So I knew in Ohio when this happens, they would give me a cortisone shot, and sometimes I had to take an antifungal for a period of time to clear my system of the fungus or the molds. And I went to the emergency room. I explained to them what was going on physically, what I found environmentally, and historically what was done to treat an allergy overload like this in Ohio. They treated me like I was some kind of a drug seeker, gave me a Tylenol, and sent me out the door. This is at Wilcox in Lihue on Kauai Island, Hawaii. They treated me like I had no common sense, no intelligence level, no idea of what body I'm living in for the last 40-something years. Like, they treated me like I was high on drugs and had no clue about reality. And that is not fair. And the fact of the matter is that I happened to wander into Walmart to see if I could get something more than a Tylenol for pain, something for inflammation, and I saw Benadryl. And only then, in that brain fog that is caused by a mold overload, did I realize it'll take a whole lot of time, but Benadryl will kill this inflammation, will kill this allergic reaction. And so I bought Benadryl, and it took me over a month and a half to start feeling any semblance of normal. But the fact of the matter is, I've never felt good since then. And these headaches for the last several months, and the increased eye problems, I can't see through the floaters at this point to read very easily at all. And all of these things, and she's not concerned. My doctor is not concerned. The only reason why she ordered the MRI is to start over again my diagnosis of the Chiari malformation, because she couldn't get my records. Otherwise, this mastoiditis would have never come to light. Look at me venting all over the place. Sorry about that. Today is January the 6th. Yeah, I don't know what to think about all of this. Like, this has been, I didn't get my first, okay, so this happened in January of last year. I could not get to see my actual primary care physician for months and months and months later, okay? So, June, something ridiculous like that, like months. I think it was June, like 6 months. So then that first appointment, they couldn't get my records. I had to miss the follow-up appointment in August because I didn't have enough gas money to get to Luhui, so I had to do a video conference with them or whatever. So, and the one time I did see her, she was more interested in pressuring me to go get a mammogram, go get a colonoscopy. Like the stuff that Ohio already did a colonoscopy, and I'm not up for a mammogram right now. I refuse to do it, and that's my own prerogative. I'm allowed to choose. And she was high pressure salesing me on the freaking COVID shot at the time too. Instead of listening to me, what I had been through several months ago, and how I still wasn't feeling well. I get so overwhelmed when I have to go to the hospital with anxiety anyway, or to a doctor's appointment with anxiety. And I already have brain fog all the time. It's been a problem for years and years and years of my life. So they need to have patient advocates for people with medical conditions who can't think clearly for themselves, period. That's all there is to it. Well, that's the whole thing. Like, this is a new doctor. Like, after that emergency room visit, I went to urgent care a few months later, and because I had some other issues. And then, like, it's like they miss the whole main point of what is going on with me, and they focus on one little thing in their purview. And I don't have my wits about me most of the time enough to advocate for myself, to say, now listen, you know, I have a near genius IQ. The problems that are going on right now, I am not an actual stupid person. I have brain fog because something is wrong. This isn't normal. This isn't how it's supposed to be. This isn't how I usually am. Like, I don't have headaches. I don't have mood swings like this. It's been 1447 of horse nonsense. Look at me. Diana, what deck would you like to have for your reading? I have to write everything down, you guys, because my memory is getting increasingly bad. I don't understand. I really want to see the actual physical images of the brain and compare them. I want to be able to look at things and see what's what for myself. Goddesses. All right. Let's see what we get. Sorry about that. Ooh, I need to go do laundry, you guys. Do you know one of my favorite places to not be? The laundromat. Oh boy. I'm so sorry that I spilled all over you. I appreciate you saying that, Diana. Oh my word! That's hilarious. That just came out. I don't even know how it got out of my hand. It's almost like it had to have gone through my hand. I don't know what happened. It's a whole entire chunk though. I am not, like, I'm seriously, like, I told my doctor this morning, I hope you are taking this as seriously as I am, because this mental state, this physical state is not my normal, and I need you to understand that. I wish I still had my old doctor, but the fact of the matter is he left the practice before I left Ohio. He was no longer my doctor. He was a great freaking doctor. You don't really realize how rare it is to find a really good doctor unless you have physical issues or mental issues, and you actually need the help and can't find it. I guess that, oh, there we go. I was going to say, I guess that was that. But then we got some more. Thank you, Holy Spirit, for flowing the river of love from Source Creator for us to sit in for our healing, for the clearing and transmuting of any negativities for us. What in the world's going on here? I almost lost it. Thank you for allowing my voice to bring healing to everyone who hears it, even when I'm venting. We need a new industry of people who are well versed in medical jargon, the ins and outs of the system. And a white egret just flew up and landed in the tree right there. All right, let's see what we got, Diana. Oh, there's something on my dashboard. Oh no, I don't know. I don't want to put my cards in it, whatever it is. Let's see how many you got. Oh, wow. Okay. 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. 9. Nine cards. 9 goddess cards. Don't know why I always feel compelled to say it like the Count from Sesame Street. I don't know what's wrong with me, you guys. I have issues. I have issues. Yeah, that's a lot for the goddess deck because they have a lot of reading to do on them. And the print is sometimes very tiny. So I'm going to do my best. And I'll apologize now for any mistakes. Your first one is Eagle Woman. Despite the fact that the life-giving and death-wielding bird goddess, oh my gosh, I gotta wipe my eyes, is one of the oldest representations of the goddess, eagles have usually been linked with the masculine, with a few exceptions. The Sphinx of Egypt had the wings of an eagle, and the Aztec goddess Teocotl was also called Eagle Woman. This Eagle Woman shows a new marriage of the feminine and the eagle. She represents all an eagle stands for: spirit, valor, majesty, renewal, accuracy of sight, spiritual aim, and the ability to soar to the heights. She also holds in her hands a vessel, the traditional symbol for the feminine, for that which receives, contains, and nourishes. Here, both sets of values are joined, emblematic of a different combination of strengths that are part of being woman-born. Eagle Woman is a joyful affirmation of our ability to break out of millennia-old stereotypes and find a new definition that embraces the entire continuum of being alive. She teaches that women can express the qualities of the eagle while continuing to contain and nurture. Mercy. And next we have Lilith. Lilith is a Middle Eastern goddess of abundance, fertility, and fecundity, the giver of agriculture to humans. The first woman created and the first wife of Adam, she refused to be subordinate to Adam in any way. Lilith is associated with the owl, a figure of darkness and deep wisdom, for she is also a goddess of death and transformation. She is sometimes represented as a demonic figure, for her dark wisdom and her sexual energy can be very threatening. She is known to appear as a frightening figure in dreams. Lilith is associated with the lotus, and the symbolism of that flower tells us much about her. The lotus, an exquisite flower that grows out of dark, rank, decaying earth, represents spiritual unfolding and the blossoming of the heart of wisdom. Like the lotus, Lilith challenges us to look upon our dark side and incorporate it into our wholeness so that our great beauty can blossom forth. And then you got White Shell Woman. White shell or white bead woman, also called turquoise woman and abalone woman, is sometimes said to be a younger version of changing woman. White is the color of dawn and of the east. White shell woman, the creator and sustainer of life, created the Navajo people and sent them their home. As gifts, she gave them shells, which became corn and other food-bearing plants. She gave them the animals. She gave them gifts of rain and beautiful flowers. With the sun, she is the mother of killer of enemies and child of the water, the dual protectors of the people from their enemies. A Navajo chant says, "All things around me are restored in beauty." It is because of White Shell Woman that this is so, and it is because of her teachings that we can experience the exquisite harmony that comes from being alive on this beautiful earth. Ooh. And then you got Morgan Le Fay. Morgan Le Fay is commonly remembered as the enchantress, half-sister of King Arthur. She is in fact the great queen goddess, ruler of the mystical island of Avalon, the fortunate island of the blessed dead. Sometimes equated with the ancient Irish warrior goddess Morrigan, she is the Celtic death goddess. As Morgana Fata, she is controller of destinies and knows the fate of each person. She is noted for her healing powers, her knowledge of healing plants, and her prophetic vision. Like a shaman, she is a shapeshifter able to take on many forms. Morgan Le Fay represents that deep place of healing magic within each of us, the center where wisdom and healing flow, even in the moment of death. The ambivalence with which she is traditionally represented echoes our own fear of her deep and ancient wisdom. Next, Themis is one of the oldest and most revered of the Greek goddesses. The daughter of Gaia, the earth goddess, Themis is the mother of the three fates who determine the destiny of all mortals and gods. Shown here as the giver of dreams, she once was consulted at Delphi as the bestower of oracles. Themis is prophecy incarnate. Her oracles derive from her sense of order and connection to nature. In later Greek mythology, transferred to Mount Olympus, she personified the social order of law and custom, a reminder that social order is ultimately dependent on the natural order of the earth. Themis is a grounded, earthy goddess who is also comfortable moving through the shifting, mantic world of dreams. She is deep wisdom, familiar with both the depths of earth and the heights of sky, a guide into soul. Hold on just a second, I gotta reset this broadcast. That's what I thought. Someone's hiding me from being able to view them. And there's a black fly keeps flying through here, and that's why I wanted to reset it, because it kept saying I had one viewer and I knew better. Amphitrite is the ancient Greek triple goddess in her guise as ruler of the sea. Her name, used synonymously with the ocean by Homer, means the third one who encircles. A moon goddess, Amphitrite retained her individuality even under the later Greeks, who had her married to Poseidon. She has a special concern for all creatures of the sea and is responsible for the foaming waves. Just as Amphitrite can moderate the winds and the sea, we can learn to calm the waves of our inner storms. Ooh. Next is one of the sideways ones. It's Hathor. Oh, I'll try to get the glare off for you to see her before I turn it sideways. Hathor is a nourishing great mother goddess, the Egyptian mother of all gods and goddesses. Usually portrayed as a cow, she is a sky goddess, the queen of the heavens. The sun emerges from her womb and the moon from her breast. She is the goddess of love, mirth, beauty, and sensual pleasure, as well as the protectress of all women. In her other guise, shown here, she is lady of the night and queen of the underworld. I rebuke that and I send it back to the sender. Return to sender times 3333. And I bind it to you. Same day service. You'll know by the end of the day what your payment is. With her lion's head, Hathor assumes the role of destroyer and giver of death. In her leopard skin, she is the goddess of fate and fortune and typifies the ferocity and swiftness of this animal, a night prowler and watcher. Hathor is a strong embodiment of the many sides of existence. Creator, sustainer, destroyer, she encompasses all. Hathor reminds us that we too must acknowledge all parts of ourselves, that what we might call destructive is sometimes necessary to allow our creativity and compassion to flourish. Whoever, I felt your anxiety spike as soon as I bound you to your negativity, because you know I do have that power, and you know something's coming. I can feel you feeling it. My palms started sweating. Ooh, congratulations. Congratulations. Inanna is the ancient Sumerian mother goddess, both the protector of grain and the queen of heaven. She combines earth and sky. Powerful, self-sufficient, passionate, and many-sided, she is a fertility goddess as well as the source of the earth's wells, springs, and rivers. Each year, Inanna descends to the underworld to resurrect her consort Dumuzi. At each of the 7 gates, she leaves one of her garments behind until, naked, she meets her sister Ereshkigal, queen of the underworld. Ereshkigal kills Inanna and hangs her on a hook until Inanna herself is resurrected and returns to life. Inanna is a representation of the many facets that go into being feminine, as well as a guide into the dark places of psychological and spiritual death and disintegration. And the last one, it's another sideways card, Lady of the Lake. They left. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you to my ancestors of the highest white light, my spirit team, my love team. Look at this. Whoever that was, they were sending bad juju, and they knew it was coming back. Lady of the Lake, as in many traditions in which a goddess bestows kingship, the Lady of the Lake, a mysterious Celtic goddess, gave King Arthur the sword Excalibur and thus established his power and his right to be king. Before he died, Arthur restored the sword to her, and it now remains with her beneath the waters of the deep. Water, the source of all life, has long been the domain of the goddess. Lakes represent both the source of creative power and the land of the dead, life-giving and death or renewal being the 2 main functions of the goddess. Water indicates both consciousness and revelation. The Lady of the Lake is a guide to the mysterious realms of emotion and renewal, a source of immense creativity. She can give us the energy we need to rule our lives. Ooh, Dianna. Thank you for clearing and transmuting all that. These are the days of revelations, folks. These are the days when the masks fall off. Not only literally, but figuratively, metaphorically speaking. You're going to start seeing the truth of a lot of people around you who you would have never imagined as dark beings, but they are. And they've been feeding off your love juice all this freaking time, vacuuming, siphoning you of your life force, keeping you stuck. So many of us are not aware of the negative intentions around us. Thank you, Holy Spirit, for revealing all of them to me for the highest good of all. Oh my gosh, Dianna. You saw me. I put everything together and I shoveled a couple times and I stacked them and I was going to put them back in the box. Look what came up on the bottom of the deck. That's hilarious. I'm still shaken. I felt the shockwave hit them. I felt it. I felt their heart, and I felt their hands start sweating, and I felt the shakes. They're still here. Look at this. I only had the 1 cup of coffee, and it was like 6 o'clock this morning. It's not mine. This is not mine. Thank you for clearing and transmuting this. Oh, you poor fella. I seen ya. I seen ya. Dun, 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 dun. Isn't that funny? Yeah, as I started to slide them into the box, I saw it, and I was like, no freaking way. It blew my mind completely. Now my nose is itching. Man, I wish everyone understood that nothing that they do is unknown. Everything is seen by Creator Source, by the highest holy angels, by your ancestors, all of our ancestors, all of them. Mine see everything that is done against me, and they are swift to take action. Shazam! 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 Goodness. What time is it? 34:59. It's amazing how that... Man, my gifts just keep getting bigger and more sensitive and more accurate and more detailed and blowing my mind more. Right? Oh, man. It's so weird. Like, sometimes it's disheartening. I have to be honest. It's really disheartening to realize the true nature of some of the people that I thought I could trust. I thought they were good people. And so many people were trying to keep me from seeing their truth that it was actually working against all of my intuitions. Not just, in relation to them. It's amazing. It's amazing that we've been on here for an hour and no one has spoken up for a reading. Isn't that crazy? And my ear is doing a weird thing. Man, all these things that have been happening with my ears, it's probably from that mastoiditis. The sharp pains all at once, the weird... sometimes when I talk, I can hear it vibrating inside my head, in my eardrum somehow or something. Like, spirit blows my mind, though, all the time. Yeah, if you have people around you that are deceiving you and they're setting that intention that you not find out the truth, it doesn't just hide their truth. It kind of puts a fog over your truth teller, your bullshit radar, or whatever you want to call it. It masks your intuition. It's heartbreaking in some cases. Super annoying. Yeah, but I'd rather know than not know. I'd rather know what exactly is going on. I'd rather have nothing hidden and have the hurt and have the heartbreak, because at least that's a swift, sudden, done with it kind of thing, and it's not an ongoing betrayal, an ongoing reduction in the energy I'm able to put forth for myself and you and people that I care about. Like, The people that I want to help need my full attention, my full power, my full energy. These leeches don't deserve my energy. And that's why I called all of my power back to me. Yeah, and I pulled out by the root all the cords of energy to people, places, and things not serving the highest me. Over and over and over, over and over I do it. Yeah. But, you know, I told God, do with me what you will. Take me where you wish. Show me where to go, what to do. What am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to serve humanity? And in order to do that, I really do need to be aware of the truth of everything. So I can share the truth of everything with you guys. Yeah. Well, it says 2 people. Well, hurry up and comment, because I was getting ready to... is my Wi-Fi working? Oh, gee whiz. They dropped it. Yeah, I still only show 1. Let me try a reset here. Nope, just the 1. Just Dianna. Yeah, it's weird. Alright then. It's Friday. I don't really have any plans. Someone said they might see me today, which might and should and did are 3 different guys. I don't think they've ever met. Alright. I think Dianna fell off. Well, you guys, drink plenty of water. Eat your organic vegetables after you wash them, before you cook them. And hug people with both of your arms. Use your heart glow. Line up your hearts. Left cheek to left cheek. Get out there and love somebody, and I'll see you next time.